In order to calculate the average mass of one worm, you need some information. So here's the information we have. We know that the mass of our mealworms in this image is 0.60 grams, 0.60 grams. And we can see that there are 5 mealworms. We can use this information to calculate the average mass of one. We know that 5 worms give us a mass of 0.6 grams, but we want to know the mass of one worm, not 5 worms. So pretty easy. It's a proportion, right? And you can do the whole thing where you cross multiply. So 0.6 grams times the one worm, and then X, we don't know what the gram is, so we need to figure that out, times the 5 worms. And then of course you divide. So the worms cancels out, leaving us with just X. And then on the left side, the worms cancel out, but you're left with 0.6 divided by 5 equals X. So 0.6 grams divided by the 5 worms gives us 0.12 grams. If you were saying to yourself, I was just going to do 0.60 divided by 5 in the first place, great. I'm just showing you that it's a proportion, and this might come in handy later. Okay, so we know what we know from the data we've collected, and we were able to get what we wanted, the average mass of one worm, 0.12 grams per one worm. But what if we have 75 mealworms? We can use the average mass of one worm to determine the approximate mass of 75 mealworms. Or what if we have 500 grams of mealworms? How many mealworms do you think there are in 500 grams of mealworms? So use what you know. You know the average mass per one worm to figure out what you want to know. Either the grams, the mass, based on how many worms you have, or how many worms you have based on how many grams you have.